Okay, so made it back from Darren's, from Lobland, Darrow's dyno. The first pull was really good, 185 horsepower, but we don't think that was right because the tacho was out, and about 370 foot-pounds of torque, which that can't have been too far out. Went consistently about 170 horsepower, but we dropped 100 foot-pounds of torque. We dropped 100 foot-pounds of torque after, I go and find one, the EGT probe, which is one of these. Come on, focus. Focus, it's like being an old person, isn't it? Basically, one of them. Stick it where it is focusing. That sits in the exhaust. It's really simple, K-type, and just tells you with a gauge inside how hot the exhaust gases are. Quite important, really, to not melt in the head and to tune in. Unfortunately, the one that I had fitted in there decided to, well, the turbo ate it basically. So there was one on there, and it's got a little tip to it, and the tip basically was pressed on. Well, that was a fail, that was, because overheat, obviously expansion, tip came off. We heard a nasty noise. So this is a replacement one. As you can see, it's not two-piece. There's another piece in there, but as you can see, I spoke to the company that provided this one. Thank you very much. Not for free, may I add, but thank you very much. And it's basically welded and then smoothed off, as you can see, so no problems with that coming apart. So that will go in at some point if I can be bothered today, because it's underneath the car. But more importantly today, I'm going to have a look at what damage possibly has been done to the turbine on this side, the hot side. Obviously, a piece of metal going through those veins and through lots of blades is not going to be good. So I'm obviously going to do it while it's nice and cold. It's nice and hot. I've also had to replace this little fet. Ow, that's hot. Fet down there. That one there, just chilling out down there. That's basically what's used to control the N75 with the Arduino. It's soldered on, and unfortunately the location's rubbish because obviously solder with heat cycles breaks off. We'll have to try and relocate it at some point, but it was moved over there because of this going in, which you might have seen in another video, this system here. Yes, I'd like to relocate it somewhere else. Problem is it likes being close to the N75. The N75 shortest distance to the vac can is the better, so you're in a bit of a catch-22 there, but we'll sort something out if I don't give up with this and just chuck it on eBay. Alright, big gap where turbo was, turbo on floor. Well, is there any good news? Yes, my oil seal replacements when I'd rebuilt it are good, because I don't know, it looks a bit black in there, but no dribbles of oil, same in there. Bad things. Okay, so one of these turbos is meant to have, flipping oil everywhere now, it's meant to have, let's be professional and stick on a nice clean rag. There we go. Hang on a second. Alright, so these turbos, there's not a ball bearing, there's an oil-filled bearing in there, so naturally when the car's not running there's going to be a little bit of play. Not this much. It's really difficult to pick up on a video, but there is play there, and worse, there is in-out play. I can lift it up and down. And if you can just see in there, just one or two bits has caught the edge and scored. What's worse, and I don't know if we're going to pick it up, you know I talked about that EGT probe earlier and a piece going through it? Well, we'll have this off in a second. Don't suppose you can see through there. You can just see, just there, right in the middle of the screen. You see how there's a chunk taken out? That's not good. We'll try and whip this cover off, which are a bit of a pig to come off, and show you that in a second. Okay, so I'm hoping you can see that. You see those? That shape is wrong. It's reprofiled itself, as you can see. As the pieces come in, it's just torn the edge of it off, and then you can see on the can just see, there we go, on the edge of the vanes, it's been smacked and bashed around on the vanes. So, bad, really bad. It's not just a case of replacing this, I'm going to have to find another core, I think. That's not so bad, we can get an upgraded one of these at the same time. Replacing the vanes, a bit tricky, so we'll have to do some digging. I have got a spare turbo, so we'll go and get that and probably put that one on. Oh well, so no one bites the dust. Alright, so replacement turbo is on, less shiny, and we've replaced the little bend down here. I had a black one originally, replaced it with a blue one to match, but I've put a sleeve round it just to stop it rubbing as well for now, until I'll find maybe a better solution for that. In the long run I planned on making solid pipes, but there we go. Anyway, the turbo's on. We've adjusted the waste, what you call the wastegate, but this is a vane actuator on a vac can, so we've just adjusted it so that it doesn't shut quite so much, basically. And we've also replaced over there, it's down the back, the EGT probe. So have I got that somewhere to show you? Can't remember, I'll show you another time. There's pictures up on my Facebook page of that probe and the end missing. And the vane damage too, which I showed you earlier. So there we go, going to take it for a test ride. That's the results. Hopefully it's well enough, and hopefully we can retune the Arduino on this, because the PID controller just isn't working quite right, and it opens the vanes much too late, so it keeps them shut, and it's overboosting and surging. So we're going to go take it for a test drive, and then this is Mrs. Piggy's transport while we do the clutch on the 206. Busy weekend. Piggy power out.